Okay, welcome back to another episode of Ink and Lore. This is belated from the holidays, but we're
Little bit.
here. I am one of your hosts. I'm Miranda. Joining us this evening we have Kate. Say hello, Kate.
Hello.
In the Big Apple, and then we have Erin. Say hi.
Hello.
And then we have Lexy. Say hello. And Cassie is not with us tonight, but she will be back another night, I am sure. But yeah, we are going to talk briefly about something that we felt would be helpful for any other authors who are writing or think they might start writing something. And that is like tools or things that we highly recommend that we've used or are using or plan on using in the writing/publishing process. So, one that we definitely wanted to talk about is kind of like plotting out and figuring out what we're going to write, because especially whenever you get into, I feel like this is biased, but I feel like fantasy and sci-fi and things that require otherworldly aspects are a little bit more tedious to make sure that things align as you go down your plot. Case in point are plot holes and things that you're like, you forget about, or you come up with some sort of rule, like a rule about magic, and then you like break that own rule like later down the road.
Mhm.
So things like that. And Erin introduced us, and Kate and I are using it right now. Lexi might use it for her next book, the grid
The
system.
plot grid.
Plot grid. So Erin, why don't you walk us through like Cliff Notes version of what the plot grid is for those who don't know?
Yeah. So I bought some posters at the dollar store one day and I was ready to get my sticky notes and all of that out because I was just finding I needed to like visually see. I like boxes. I like things that are like lined up and nice and neat and I can move them around. And so I was working on that, and then while I was doing that, I was just YouTubing. I decided I was like, I just need to see like how people do this. Like maybe something will spark an idea that I haven't heard of. And so I found this video. I'm going to look up her name because I forget. But she has a bunch of videos about a bunch of different like styles of things, and one of hers that popped up was a plot grid, and she references, and I don't know if this is true, but she says that J.K. Rowling
It
this
is.
is how
I looked
she
this up.
yeah,
Yeah.
so this is how she did all of the Harry Potter series back in the day. She hand wrote it, which
I'm
I
like,
think
I
is
saw a
so like
photo
notebook
of
paper.
like notebook paper with blue ink, and I'm like, you're telling
Yeah.
me this is how Harry Potter got planned out? It's on
Yeah.
notebook paper?
I
Yeah.
know. It's like it's kind of cool to like see the picture of it too, because like you see the names and like stuff
Yeah.
crossed out and all of that. And so I kind of just like started playing with that instead of, on poster board. I'm kind of like at a weird spot with the first book where I just want to keep going. Like I don't want to stop too long and like add it all in. But I think what I'm going to do is like retroactively add it in after I finish so that like I think in that month period my goal is to like let it sit for a month, maybe add stuff, so I'm still like working on it but I'm not like touching it like you're not supposed to,
Yeah.
and see if there's anything missing. But what I like about it is that it is a grid, and so you can see, I mean, you can add as many rows and columns as you want. The rows are the chapters, and then the columns are basically any element of the story. So I have one for like Easter eggs, I have one for all the character arcs. And
Mhm.
so visually, it just helps my brain be able to see where there's gaps and like making sure that I'm hitting everything that I want to hit. So especially when it's a series, like I think it's going to be really helpful to have for all three.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
like Kate is going to be using it. For those who don't know, you will soon find out here on January 3rd that her book is written in a dual POV. So that creates a lot of mess. So having that grid can be really helpful because Kate and I both are going to have multiple POVs also in our subsequent books. So I'm super pumped about using that. And it's just like for visually for anyone who's like listening and you're trying to visualize this, it literally is like taking a spreadsheet
Yeah.
and
It's like an Excel sheet.
like an Excel
Yeah.
sheet or like a Google sheet or whatever. And the column on the far left is chapters. And then on the row on the very top is where you add whatever. Like it can be
Anything.
literally
Characters.
anything like you can have
Setting.
the seasons. Like, that was something that I
Mhm.
even pointed out that I was like, "I need to fact check that
Yeah.
on myself because I do have seasons and the book
Mhm.
progresses through said seasons. I need to make sure that it actually time-wise
Yeah.
works out." So that would have been really
Mhm.
helpful to have that column where you can line it up with like, okay, chapters 1 through 5 are summer and 6 through 10 are fall or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Just to
some
keep
other
track
things,
of
you said
time.
Easter eggs, like
Yeah.
Well,
plots.
and I think what's helpful too is like what you're because my brain will like prefer certain ways of organizing it. And
Mhm.
so, like, for instance, seasons, if that's the first thing you want to tackle, like, you go line that up with your chapters,
Mhm.
like,
Yep.
ballpark how many chapters you want. And then it's like, okay, well, then this is going to be spring, this is going to be fall. And then everything else, like, plot wise, you can like shape it to match
Mhm.
that. And like,
Mhm.
even the Easter egg stuff, like, if you want, your twists at 50 and 75%, you go, you plug that in first and everything kind of just like builds on
Build
itself.
around it.
Yeah, it's like you're building
Yeah.
up building like,
Yeah.
starting with the foundation and then, like, just, like,
Yeah.
building up. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
it's
super
been
helpful.
life
I'm, like,
for
so
me.
excited to do that for the next one because it
Mhm.
especially with, like, the POV
Oh my
aspect
god.
of,
Yes.
like, one chapter is gonna be this person and the next chapter is gonna be this person, but, like, things
Mhm.
are happening
Mhm.
and all this stuff, and it's like, having a because like, Erin and I, we were talking about I just have a list. Like, book 1 and book 2 was just, like, this massive list,
Mhm.
like a bulleted list, and I'm like, "That is not gonna fly
Yeah.
for
There's too much to
there's too much."
track of.
Especially in fantasy. There's so many things too, like, I have a column for, like, what I left like, the seeds that I planted, like, maybe they're not even Easter eggs for, like, future books, but it's like, "Well, I mentioned this, I need to make sure I
Follow up on it.
tie that up." Like, I have to explain that. Like, so it's one column of, like, "Don't forget that."
Yeah,
So,
like,
it's
stuff not to
just
forget.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
Yeah.
would have been super helpful for me for book 2 even. Like, I'm thinking about
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, because I got to the end and I literally this morning at, like, 6 a.m., I was like, "I forgot this," and I went back in and I put it in because I was like, "Oh, crap, like, this I have to add that back in," but I
Yeah.
honestly don't know if I guess
Oh.
someone would have picked up on it or I would have dreamed about it again.
Yeah.
Nightmare, wake up in the middle of the night like,
Nightmare after it's gone. Yeah, so I think that's really cool. I mean, that's really cool, like a tool to use. So if you are thinking about a different way of writing out kind of an outline, if you're an outliner or if you just wanna keep up with stuff,
Mhm.
Mhm.
the plot grid would be
Yeah. The YouTube video that I found, I mean, you can just YouTube plot grid and stuff will come
okay,
up, but Claire Fraise,
okay.
Fraise is who I watched, and she explains it really well.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and the fact that you can also put, like, your, uh, structure component in there to, like, line up your chapters with, like, what's in act 1 and, like,
Mhm.
you need to hit, like, the inciting incident or the
Yep.
catalyst, and then plot point 1, and then midpoint is, like, the middle, like, your literal middle of your book, and that was very helpful to me too, like,
Mhm.
have that there too, so that you make sure you're, like, hitting all those
Mhm.
necessary parts of the structure. Because I didn't do that for book 1, and I don't know how it even became a like, it was just, like, pure luck that out, honestly, like, I didn't even outline, I didn't even make, like, a I didn't even know what a structural act 1, 2, 3 thing was.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just pure luck, but book 2 is not gonna work out with just luck, so
You need more than
No.
I have
luck.
way too many things
Yeah.
going on. I
Yeah.
just need a little help.
It needs help. It needs help. We all need the help. So let's think about like another tool maybe of like or something that we use that is helpful either in the
Lexy.
writing process or in the publishing process.
Yeah.
For me, we just talked about this because I wrote it's almost 100,000 $130,000 130,000 I wish
Yeah,
word
fingers crossed.
manifesting. Book 2 I wrote in about 2 months total psychotically. And I was talking about how, like, I am very type A, very OCD, but, like, having a deadline for me was
Mhm.
super impactful because I published book 1 end of October, and then I was just like, "Whew," and I took, like, a breath for, like, 2 weeks, and then I was like, "Okay, I wanna keep going," 'cause I, like, have right now, I wanna write book 3 really bad, but I'm
I
trying.
was, gonna ask.
I'm, like, itching. I'm like, "Oh my god," 'cause it just ends, book 2 ends, and at this point that I just need to keep going. I probably will, to be honest with you. But I was like, "Okay, book 1's done, take a breather." But then I was, like, 2 weeks into November, and I'm like, "Okay, I really wanna start with outlining and starting to write book 2." But I was like, I was not in it. I don't know if I got, like, so burnt out from the publication process that I was, like,
Mhm.
and I was
Just
like,
like the come down, I'm
it's like
sure.
it was like a high, and then it was like a
Mm.
Yeah.
so I set when did I decide to set? I feel like it was the 1st of December is when I said, "Okay, I wanna have a spring release of book 2, and I'm gonna shoot for April." So then I, like, worked my way back, and I was like, "Okay, my editor takes this long, book cover takes this long, formatting takes this long, printing takes this long. So if I back all that up, that means I have to be done writing writing this book by the 1st of February." And so then when I literally have it on a calendar, like, I have it on my work calendar, and I have it on my personal calendar, like,
Due date.
February 1st. So if you need to pull an all-nighter, so be it. Like, that is literally how I went into it. So then whenever I started, then it was like, "Oh, okay, so I need to get this much done on this week. I need to get this much done on this."
Mhm.
I'm very, like, task-oriented. Like, my husband hates it. He's like, "You get so uber focused on something, like, if it does not get completed, you will not sit down." And I'm like, "No, I won't." So that's my helpful tip to other fellow type A
I
OCDers.
I needed the deadline too.
A deadline's very helpful.
Like,
Very helpful.
booking the editor made me think, "Okay, that now I have to
Yeah.
buckle down and, like, actually write this and get through it," because it is true though, like, writing the book is a different type of energy draining
Mhm.
thing compared to, like, actually publicizing this and, like,
Mhm.
the publication and the release and, like, the marketing and, like, the art.
Mhm.
It's so exhausting. It's my
It is.
least favorite part about this whole thing, like, mailing the books and, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's
Is
terrible.
it weird I'm excited about that part?
Uh-huh.
Like,
I I loved
I
making
love
like, I
stuff like
loved
that.
making the ARC packages, like, I loved picking my ARC readers, but, like, just the stress of, like, getting it from the formatter and making sure the cover,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
mentalities
the
are
logistical things is
yeah.
horrible. Like,
It's
I
like
love the ARC reader part, but, like, the other stuff is just exhausting.
yeah. And this is
Mhm.
something that I feel like a lot of readers I didn't know. I mean, and I've been an ARC reader before, but especially if you're an ARC reader, like, you don't understand, like, behind the scenes,
Mhm.
if it is done well, preface, if it
Yeah.
is done well, and there are editors involved and there's book cover illustrators involved, like, I don't even want it. Like, I try to wrap my mind around these people who are releasing, like, sprayed edge, beautiful books, but it's like special edition from
Mhm.
these places, like, at the same time as releasing all this other stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I have no idea how you have the bandwidth to do that because I could barely get a paperback.
It's like a
Like,
logistical nightmare, yeah.
barely get a paperback. It's like,
It's
yeah,
hard.
there's a lot going on, and then there's also things, like, out of your control. Like, for example, I ordered a big bunch they're actually I just got them, they're sitting over here, of my first book because I want to send out I have, like, some giveaway copies I still need to send, and then I have, like, some other copies, and then I have some book signing events I'm doing in April, and I'm doing one in February, and I'm like, "I need these copies." I ordered these mothers before Christmas. And they just got here yesterday,
Yeah,
okay?
mine are coming tomorrow, the rest of mine, and I ordered them weeks
Yeah,
over.
it takes weeks,
Yeah.
weeks for Amazon KDP to get their I'm sorry if you're listening and you work at Amazon KDP, no shade, but y'all need to get your
Just a
act
little bit of shade.
get your act together because
Don't make any
I don't
money.
understand it. I don't understand it, but it takes weeks, and then I don't even wanna get started on my hardcovers from Ingram Spark. I don't even
Yeah.
wanna get started. I ordered some of those, same time, still not here. Still not here. And so it's like, I just want everyone to know that if there are delays in getting
Yeah.
signed
Mhm.
copies, especially from indie authors, like, it is not our fault most of the time.
Yeah.
It is not our fault. The majority of the time. Don't even get me started on postal stuff.
Oh my god.
Postal stuff. Like, don't even
Well,
get me started.
So I have like a shipment coming of more of those books because I did like the signed copies too. And they're arriving tomorrow. It's MLK Day. The United States Postal Office is not open. All praise MLK Day. But I'm really upset because I wanted to mail my freaking
You're like,
book
I want
out
to
and
mail
I'm not doing it. And now I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I can't mail anything out because I work 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So can't mail those out that day. So I literally, these books are going to sit in my apartment and I can't mail out until Friday. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
It just is. It
it
is
is
what
what it
it is.
is.
I think that's just like and no shade, like, why would you know? But like when you finally step into the author seat and like
Yeah.
realize what all goes on, it's
Yeah.
so crazy. And like
Opening.
it's so much work.
Yeah.
And
Also,
the system is there to like fail you
It,
sometimes too. It's like it's set up in a way to make it even harder for indie authors, which
mhm.
is unfortunate. And so basically just, be kind to the indie author because they're
and, like,
badasses.
don't like get upset
Right.
if we're like not giving out every single ARC reader like a physical
Mhm.
book, especially if we're funding, if we're funding all of it, like just keep
Yeah.
it in mind. And then
Right.
also I have learned, um, I don't even know. I didn't tell you guys this. I don't think I've told anyone this. So when on my other side of my life where I mentor people on social media and I do book marketing stuff for people, I do like audits of their accounts and I'll work one on one with people. And I had this one on one call with this author who's been an indie author for like 10 years. And she
Mhm.
like all these different genres, but she does a lot of like horror-ish stuff. Anyway, so she was telling me, I was like picking her brain. I was just like, that's her living. Like she makes a living
Mhm.
doing it. And I was like, what's your process like? What does this look like for you? And she was telling me, and one of the things that she told me that was like really like piqued my interest is she only lets her ARC readers get access to the book to like download it and read it in like 2 weeks. It was like a week or 10 days. And I was like, just a week? Like you only give them a week to read it? And she goes, because I have had so many of my books pirated.
Mhm.
And I was like, what do you mean?
Don't tell
And he like pays this one company. I forgot the name of it, but their whole job is to go around and find these books that have been pirated and take them down off of these sites. And then friend that I told you guys about who wrote the dystopian book, she
Mhm.
she had that happen to her. And because it happened to her and it was somewhere out in the void, Kindle Unlimited revoked her book from Kindle Unlimited because that technically
No.
violates terms. You can't have your book anywhere else but Kindle Unlimited.
Oh my.
So she had to fight this whole battle. It was this whole thing. And it's because some reader decided to take the ebook and pirate it. And I was like, what possesses you? And then knowing now, like from an author perspective, all the time, the blood,
Yeah.
sweat, and literal tears. I mean, I was literally crying writing the end of book 2. Literal tears, and then the money and all of that goes behind it. And then someone has the audacity. I hope your pillow is never cold. I hope
Yeah.
I hope your Diet
Literally.
Coke is always warm. I I wish you all ill things. Like I do not understand how people can go around and think that that's okay
Yeah.
to do. So, that's a rant. But coming off that ledge and talking about resources and stuff for writing, publication process, one of the
Mhm.
tools that I use that I'll share. Well, one tool I think we all use is Google Docs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm. It's just the easiest. It's cheap.
I love it.
It's downloaded so I can have it anywhere.
Anywhere. That's the
Right.
best.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have that fear of it being lost into the void.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I saw another author that had used some platform. I can't remember the name of it, and it doesn't automatically save things like onto the cloud. And she lost her whole manuscript. And I was just like, I would die. Like,
I will say I did have somebody message me because I did a post of like the tools that I
yeah.
use and Google Docs was on there. And somebody did message me and say that she lost part of her book on Google Docs. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but a chunk of it was gone. And so she was like, I still save like every so often like,
Like,
on a hard
Yeah,
drive,
yeah.
you
I
know?
will take like, if I will take it and copy it and put it, like, on a I have, like, a Mac, so I put it on, like, Pages, and
Yeah,
I just put it on there.
just to have it in more than one
Have
spot.
it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I use that, and then I use Word Hippo like an
Yep.
addict.
Word
Use that
Hippo is
quite a bit.
gold.
Word Hippo all the way.
Google Translate,
Google
English to
Translate all the
Latin,
time.
or any
Latin.
Yeah, for your Latin.
Our Latin and Greek. I have a lot of Greek and Latin. And then I used, is it Enchanted Ink? Is that we used, Kate? Yeah. So shout out to Enchanted Ink, who are our formatters.
You.
Highly recommend. Probably one of the best choices I
Incredible.
made because I love how my book turned out on the inside.
Yeah.
And they
It
just make
looks so good.
it was like the easiest thing. Like once they had everything, that was kind of the hardest part. It was like once they understood my vision, once they had everything, and then they gave it back to me, the files that they gave back to me, I literally just plugged it in.
Yeah, it was so seamless.
So seamless. It was so easy and beautiful, and they were so easy to work with. And then we use Fiverr for editors mostly. Is that where you found yours from, Kate?
I got mine from Reedsy.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where we found our editors.
Another place you can use too is Upwork, I think it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another
Yes.
one.
And then our
What
book
else?
cover illustrator was from I found her on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yep.
She's
So
great.
she's awesome.
Oh my god, crushed it. I gotta book her for the second.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Is there any other tools that you guys like? I've heard of some people writing books on their phones. Do you guys write on your
I do that.
I do.
I can't
This face. I
Idea.
will do
think
it.
about it.
This idea.
So, I'm a mom. I multitask. So, if it's like, I like my silence when I'm like in writing mode for sure. But sometimes something comes to me when I'm at the park or at a trampoline park or, so I love being able to have the Google Doc on my phone because I'll just get it
You
out
just go ahead and you just type it into the Google
I
Doc
just-
on your phone.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I used to do on the subway.
Subway.
I like chaotically use my notes app. I probably have
Yeah.
like
Oh, me
300
too, Lexy.
something random notes of just like
Oh, it's
My notes.
thoughts.
hysteria. Yeah.
I just have to like organize and then I just never delete them and they just keep accumulating.
Oh, I do not. Yeah. I
1,000
don't
random thoughts.
I don't recommend this strategy, but this is like how my brain is a lot of the days. I have like, I'm trying to count, at least 3 different places that I put ideas.
No, me too.
And like one is my notes app. Then on my Google Doc, I have a that says like phrases to use, or then I have like a different Google Doc that's like my novel plan, and that has a bunch of tabs, and there's like spicy stuff and like don't forget this and plot holes. And so like literally I have no idea where anything is.
Yeah.
I figure when I edit, I'll organize it.
I did it.
You're like,
chaos.
you're like that messy person that knows exactly where everything is.
Everything is.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
you'll be fine.
I have an idea of like where it is, but no, it's utter chaos.
I have stuff like I like Lexi is like I use my notes like an insane person, but I have lists and then I have like thoughts that come to me in public randomly. And then I also keep like elevator pitches and like blurbs that I want to keep for social media, and then also like in my emails and stuff. I just keep that in a note so that I can just
That's
easily
smart.
copy and paste.
Paste.
Put that in my captions, like whatever. Then
Yeah.
I have my Google Docs are crazy. Like I have now I'm hoping the grid fixes this, but I have
The
one
grid
Google Doc that is everything, like every book, all of it
Mm-hmm.
from like when I first started writing, and I like planned everything out. Like this is book 1, this is book 2, this is book 3. I don't have it's not like detailed, but it has like places and names and major plots and all this stuff. And then at the bottom of that document, it just says random notes. And then it's like a bulleted list, like probably 100 of these just random things that I have come up with or I've created, or I have names that I want to remember of like roads or rivers or whatever. And it's just in this random fact thing. and then I have a Google Doc for my outline for the book that I'm currently writing, and then I have my Google Doc for my book. So I'm hoping the grid takes care of some of that
Yeah.
chaos, because I
The
think
Yeah.
grid will solve all of your
I
problems.
think it will solve a lot.
I'm, like, in love with the grid.
He's in love
Like,
with the
I
grid.
have a relationship with it.
I can envision you being, like, on the subway, and you're, like you've got a spreadsheet, like, with your phone. Like, you're just, like, working, and, like, someone's looking over, and you're like
You need to get the, like, screen thing that's, like, dark when people try
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
privacy screen.
No.
spoilers, okay? These are
I
spoilers.
did tell my husband today, I was pulling up the, our spreadsheet, Kate, which, spoilers, Kate and I are writing a sci-fi fantasy book together. We're super pumped about it for funsies. And I was like, I had that spreadsheet pulled up on my laptop, and I was just like, I kept like scrolling back and forth like this. And my husband was in here, and I was like, this is not working. I was like, I need a giant panoramic screen. And I said, I'm right. We're just gonna need to get one of those that like curve and that
Mhm.
come around like this. And I was like, that's how serious this is.
Yeah.
I need a
Literally.
whole panoramic computer screen so I
Yeah.
can fit my plot grid on it.
I know.
So
Well, I love the three fingers, I think, swipe on the MacBook.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like, because I got my MacBook like not too long ago. And so that's like all new, because last time I had a MacBook, I was in college and they didn't have that feature back then.
Yeah,
So
it's like
You had
it's,
this thick, like brick. It was like so heavy.
it's
That's what I had.
literally like 20 pounds. Yes.
I
still
dropped
And
got
I
it.
carried that in my backpack.
I know. I was
I
like,
literally
I'm like, I
dropped
wonder why I have back
my toe
issues.
in college. I broke my foot.
you
You
broke
dropped it on your foot?
I broke my big toe in college because I dropped my MacBook on it.
They were massive.
Oh.
They
They
were
were like
huge.
so big, and
My kids play with mine now.
Oh.
do they?
Uh-huh.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I also had one of the first iPhones, and I remember it being like so chunky. Like it was massively chunky. It was like I'm dating myself. 2? It was like an iPhone 2.
I mean, yeah.
What is it now? What's it up to now?
It's like 18 now.
17 or 18, yeah.
There's an iPhone 18.
I don't know.
Back in my day, we had flip
One day when
phones.
I had the
We're all like the
My
same
first
age.
cell phone was a Motorola flip phone, and I
Mine
didn't get it until
I had
sophomore year of high
a
school.
block. It was like this. It didn't flip. It was like this big that it like stuck in your pocket. Like everyone put their phones in their back pocket. No one puts their phones in their back pocket anymore. But
I do.
big.
Do people not do that?
No, I don't do that.
You gotta have a big juicy butt. Mine fits fine.
Mine fits fine. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay. So yeah, those are our tools that we use for writing.
Follow us for more tips.
Hope this has been comical for someone. At least
At
one
least the
person.
four of us.
Gotta laugh.
One person. My dad will laugh.
Yay, Kate's dad. Yay, Kate's dad. So yeah, so I hope this has been super fun. And if you have any writing tips or writing tools that you like to use, like hit us up, DM us. We always are looking for, different ways to make our
Ways to make it go faster.
Yep.
whoa without using drugs. So
Precisely.
anyway, yeah, so we will be back next time, and hopefully by that point we will have an update. We will of Kate's launch of her book, which is coming out on January 3rd, dropping. So super pumped. Yeah, so you want to check her out, make sure you grab her book. It'll be on Amazon. Yay. And Kindle Unlimited.
Yep.
Yeah, and Kindle Unlimited.
All the things.
So, all the things.
All
all
the things you can,
So
all the places you can
make
buy a
sure
book.
you and I think we're gonna do a live.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live launch party on Instagram and TikTok.
Live
So
launch party. So fun.
super fun. You should join. So that'll be Friday night. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful, fabulous rest of your day. Make sure you subscribe to us on all the channels, on all the socials, and on Spotify. And we will be back with you soon. Bye now.